So I told you about the first layer of hell. Now I'm going to tell you about the second layer, which ironically is probably the best layer. That's the most sickening part, is about out of all the jobs as of late I had, this was the most bearable. And let me start off with, I was working 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. And that's the most bearable. That puts things into perspective. I was working outside, and they did not give a shit about me at all. They did not provide me anything. They did not train me. They did not do anything for me. I was literally thrown outside 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, left to self-govern myself. Ironically, I had more self-determination and sovereignty in that job because of the fact that they treated me like an animal. Because people are treated worse than animals. Let's just get that out of the way. And the management, if you can call it that, at this facility didn't give a shit about me either. Like, she didn't tell me anything. She just said, stay out of the theater. Fine. You know, nobody wanted me inside their building. Everybody thought of me as the crazy homeless guy, even though I technically had a job to do. And so, you know, they didn't want me to be in the building, so whenever I had to use the bathroom, because remember, I'm there 14 hours a fucking day, I would have to traipse about 1 kilometer to get to, you know, the nearest building that had a bathroom. But even then, sometimes they were like, only customers can use this bathroom. And I told one of them flat out, I was like, you know, I'm here 14 hours a day. I see everything that goes on. If you get, like, fucking robbed or raped or something, I'm the one that you're going to have to go to police about it. And you're not going to be able to go to me because I ain't going to do shit to help you. And that happened a few times where, you know, cops and detectives and things would call me about shit. Nope, ain't my problem. Nobody wants anything to do with me. I'm not having shit to do with other people. I do not care what happens to them. I am simply present at my job. And, you know, it wears on you 14 hours a day of literally robbing your life. I mean, let's face it, all work is robbing your life, but it becomes visible at that point. Because you put on a front at work. You know, you don't do the normal things you do. I wouldn't be smoking hookah right now at work. At least when I was a newbie, I wouldn't be. Now I would. Fuck them. Because, you know, when I first started, even my friends and family were like, oh, you can't be fucking bringing your hookah with you and shit like that. Yeah, I can. What gets me is if I was to slit your throat and then throw a pile of money on your corpse, people would be like, you're a murderer. But if someone does that to you for 50, 60 years under the guise of a wagee, then all of a sudden you're not a murderer. No, you're just a slow murderer. You're just a lazy murderer. You're a twat murderer. Fuck you. You're worse than a murderer. At least a murderer just gets it done and over with. So, no. I'm bringing my goddamn hookah to work. I'm going to have to spend 14 hours of my life here. So guess what? I'm going to bring my hookah. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to watch YouTube. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. And for a while, that's what I did, you know. I did the bare minimum I had to do. And, you know, I did my normal routines relatively. But then, of course, the Karen boss, as exists per usual under capitalism, had to fucking come and have a problem with something I was doing. Now, mind you, this was the same person that didn't give a shit if I lived or died. I could have been rotting away like a fucking corpse in the literal wagey cagey of the shed, but, you know, that wasn't important. But what was important was that, obviously, at some juncture between the first few months and the last few months, I wasn't doing what she thought I was supposed to be doing, and so she changed the lock on the shed, thus not only, you know, taking away my convenience of a shelter in, you know, the elements, but also, you know, now I can't get a hold of a lot of my stuff because, you know, I put stuff in there and it just made things really inconvenient for me. You know, it was easy to put my cooler in there, to put my hookah in there, Now, mind you, I was able to get all my stuff back. That's not the problem. The problem was that she was not willing to let up on this. She changed the lockout, didn't tell me, even though, you know, I'm the one outside all the time and I'm the one in charge of all the equipment and things. But, you know, fuck me. And because she wanted to, basically. And then she had the audacity, because I sassed her about it, and then for a couple weeks after that, I was still just in a corner somewhere smoking hookah and shit. I'm not going to stop living my life just because she wants to be a cunt. She has the audacity to tell them I'm sleeping. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck sleeping under those conditions. And of course, even my job didn't believe her, but, you know, they'd rather kiss her ass than mine. Why don't you just fucking have sex with her at that point? So, you know, I got transferred again. You know, that's the reality of, you know, modern capitalism work. It's like, you know, they don't want to do shit for you, they don't want to give you shit, but then they have all these expectations for you, and a lot of people go with them. That's why I stopped giving a crap at all about what people think or say. You know, when people tell me, oh, you Jim Prophet, you're crazy because... No. You're just a pussy. You're a pussy and you're a faggot, and you're gonna live your life in complete misery because you let these sociopaths tell you what to do, and because you care about your clout, you care about your standards, you care about this and that. It ain't gonna matter in the end, motherfucker. You're gonna die like everybody else. You shit, you die. You want to fuck, but you can't because you live in a post-feminist society, but God forbid you bring that up or else you're an incel. You know, it's all this Quaker mentality where we're just meant to suffer for somebody else. No, even God didn't want us to suffer for him. That's why he gave us his only begotten son to die on a cross, and these fucking Christians are like, oh, that wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. The Son of God fucking died so none of us would have to. You know, we still got a penance. It's bullshit.